right, ladies and gentlemen, traders, what's up? What's up? Welcome back to another Relentless recap. I hope you guys are feeling well. Hope you're doing good. Hope you guys had a fantastic day today. So, in this one, we're going to be talking about how I was able to make just shy of $1,000 here day trading. Finally, a decent green day, right? Today, we had to come out with our swagger. Today, we had to come out with some more urgency, with some more pep in our step, as they would say, because we were not trading so well yesterday. Yesterday, we absolutely fumbled the bag, coming out a little too passive, a little too timid, not fierce enough, maybe even fear, might I say, dictated a lot of our day yesterday. Today, we did exactly what we were supposed to do, which was to come in, stay locked in, determine if we were having a hot day or not. And if the answer was yes to that question, step it up right away, put out some aggression, capture a move, ease off when it was slowing down. And that we did do. And we were rewarded with a nice day. So as usual, the day always starts off with the scanners. I got Momo Pro and I got Day Trade Dash. With two scanners, is it overkill? Of course it is, but I get everything I need. I even have three scanners. There's another one on YouTube, Zendu, that I'm using. That's a free scanner. So I have everything I need with my three scanners here. The watch list, we had a good couple of stocks, CIGL, BRIA, ZNB, HWH, and others. Today we're going to be focusing on, if I come to full screen here, you guys will see, we're going to be focusing on ZNB, BBLG, and HWH. These three, we'll talk a little about DLTH as well at the end. But those three were like our main stocks, and then everything else came and went from there. So we checked the scans. Everything was looking good. Everything was working out nicely. And so we determined our watch list. As usual, we're always looking for stocks that are leading, gainers, high volume, low float. You guys know the entire nine, right? So after determining the watch list, CIGL and HWH were my top two. And into the open, I actually traded HWH, although a lot of this trading happened off screen. So if we're to come back here and really look at this one, I mean, it was quite impressive early. In fact, it was a little disappointing because I gave back money. And what I'm saying, well, maybe not that impressive, but at least there was the opening surge trade, which is, you know, the break of the pre-market highs into a big green candle going up. So over 637, this thing took off. And I think I could have done a better job getting in a little sooner because I believe my first trade came a little late. If I'm to go back, I believe I got in all the way at 650, my first entry, which is a little late for 37. However, I'm in, let's see, actually, no, I'm in at 49 out of 59. Yeah, so 50. Then I'm in at 68 out of 84. Great trades. However, my share size, starter size to start the day, I got up to about 350 in profits. The stock dips down. We get a low of 60. I'm in at 66. And I sell up at 71, an early exit. Exit us a little too early because I think I was looking for a lower entry. So it wasn't great there. However, we did get back in at 68 at 31. And we sold at 79. So we're up about 350. That trade ended up coming with 1,500 shares. And so at the time, I'm thinking, okay, based off of our daily chart, right? Let's go back to dual screen here. We'll pull up the daily chart on Day Trade Dash. Based off of our daily chart on HWH, the first daily candle, you know, we made the new high, and there was a legit chance that this thing could potentially curl right back up to highs of 777. So if we come back here to single screen again, and we look back here, you know, this is today. This was Friday. This was Thursday of last week. Or no. This was Monday of this week, I think. Or no, Tuesday. This is Tuesday. The dates are actually down here. Tuesday of this week, Wednesday, and then today, Thursday. So the first daily candle made the new high. We're curling up, and so I thought, hey, we have a legit chance to get back to 777. So after such a beautiful move early, I'm up 350. Everything here told me, hey, RT, remain confident, remain aggressive, because this thing is clearly showing signs that it wants to go. And it started with a false breakout here. Highs of 716. On the way down, we made a new low, but we've had a bounce. And I was thinking, hey, this thing is safe. I took the entry down here again, got murdered, man. Stopped out for a loss. Between the two losses, one a little higher for the breakout, one at the lows here. Went red, 80 bucks. And of course, I was using more size later into the move after I already gained a good rhythm. So a little disappointing there, right? To start up 350 nice and early, small size, increasing size from 500 shares going up to just getting cooked. And so a little disappointing there to not retain any gains, any earnings, but you know, part of the deal. So we said, hey, you know what? We're going to smile and we're going to move on. And so we moved on to, I believe next up, let me check my log here. Next up, we had CIGL, which wasn't much, and then ZNAB came along. ZNAB. This one we can also check out the 10-second chart to see more of the move. Guys, I think we're going to get a strong end to the year here. We had 5 solid days in a row, which is something we have not seen in a long, long time. We haven't had 5 consecutive hot days since, like, you know, we were seeing like a real momentum. ZNAB. ZN, is it ZNB? ZNB. Here it is. So ZNB, man, what an insane, impressive move. Going from about 220 all the way up to 340. And it was slow and steady, but it was also volatile, which was the beautiful part about it. Looking back, though, it looks like it had a rough end to the day here. All the way down to, man, this is kind of brutal. All the way down to 120, maybe an offering. Nevertheless, the uptrend was clean and volatile. And so my first trade came at 9:36 and 54 seconds. So this is right into this pullback. So I did miss the first couple of green candles, but we came in with the right attitude. We said, hey, better late than never. Let's get right into it, and let's see how this thing does. So we had highs of 96. We pulled back to a low of 73. My first trade, I'm in at 76 out at 80. I'm back in at 74 out at 71. So I'm taking small losses coming down. We ended up having a low of 61. And I got in at 62 and 64, but I sold early, selling at 71, 73. My last 100 shares, I sold, let's see. Actually, no, I sold 71. I had a good position there. I sold 71, 73, 68. Those are too early for sells, though. But then the other half, so I sold half. The other half, I sold at 82, 87, 87, and 81. So great first trade here, capturing the pullback with confidence, buying lower multiple times, not just giving up on the first time we dropped down, and capturing this move right here on the red to green, going back up. You can see it wasn't super clean to bounce, but you know, over time, 10 seconds, we start to move. We sold half early, we scaled out the rest, 80s, and then from there we had a big pullback again, going down to our lows. And so let's see if we were able to get back in. I'm back in at 66. I'm selling early, man. Like, look at this, right? I don't know why I'm selling so early. I'm back in at 66. What, like, I'm selling too soon here. So I'm taking something at 72, 72, 72, 75, and only one position. You can see I held this one like an extra minute, like for an extra 40 seconds, extra 50 seconds. Gave me 93 exit. So what I want to know is, why am I selling this position so early? So, you know, am I nervous in this trade? Is it fear that I'm seeing here in my log as I'm reviewing the charts? I have to eliminate all fear from my soul and become the ultimate trader. The moment I eliminate fear, I become better than guys like Ross Cameron, Tim Sykes. I can leave them in the dust overnight if I can eliminate fear from my being. And of course, I'm just saying this, you guys, for those people who don't know my personality, this is how I joke around. This is a joke, but I'm also a little serious too. But, don't take this like personal. It's not like a bad thing or anything, right? As you guys know, I respect all the other traders out there. All right. Okay, moving on. So let's see. At this point, I think I started looking for the breakout. This is around 940. And so we ended up dipping down to 82. I don't think I caught 82 dip. Instead, I just tried at the breakout. We ended up having a higher low, and I'm trying a ton of trades in between 90 and 95. And I basically don't really get much. I got one trade in at 95 out at 02. This is at 43. In at 95 out at 02. And then I'm back in at 01 out at 12, which was maybe my best trade. And that's at 43. However, we did get to highs of 27. So we had a couple of choppy trades at the top, like around 15, trying to get the break of 20. Didn't quite see it. We're back in at 04 at 45, which is this red candle here. And we do get a bounce. And I sold this trade early at 14. It got all the way to 27. And then from there, it sold off. Right back down. And we had new lows of 88. I bought 93 on this dip. Close enough to the bottom. But I sold 96, 99. Maybe fear got to me. I bought back again at 93.88 and sold 08. This is a better trade here. Although, I'm using smaller size here. I think maybe like lack of confidence to be super aggressive at the lows because I'm a little uncertain as to what's going to happen next. So in at 93, in at 88, like I added here. And then I sold at 08, 11, 09. Like this is a great trade here. But this is where size is important, right? Like trades like this, where I'm in at 90 average, and I'm selling at 08. It's a 28 cents trade. Just imagine if you're in there like 10K size, like, man. These are sweet trades. You can't ask for better trades. And then at this point, it's back up, and this is at 49. So now I'm watching for, so it's a 5-minute setup, and I didn't take it with size. Now I'm watching for break of 27. I'm aggressive at mid to low 20s for the breakout, and I don't really get it. Instead, I'm churning shares, and I basically end up not capturing much else, I don't think. At 52, we dipped to 12. And I caught a small trade in at like 310, 315, out at 20. But I sold the rest at 14, so like a break-even trade, really. And then I'm in at 21, out at 12 for a loss at 54 again. And this is pretty much where it was done, like I think my last trade, I'm in at 05 and I'm out at 94 as it was selling off. So at some point, I did start to feel the resistance in the day. So BBLG came along, and I thought this one was pretty good as well. So around 954, like right here, this one came along. I didn't really put out the size on this one. Started with 1,000 shares. Let's see. Started with 500 shares. In at 42 out of 48. In at 56 out of 56, in at 65 out of 71, like small trades, small loss at 73 to 868. I started to feel some resistance. I think over 75, we did something like break of 75 right here at 10:01 a.m. So that's like right here. We had this bit of a 3-bar play flag and breakout, but I didn't really capture this move properly. I sold it early, not expecting it to do as well, and there was a lot of chop for me, and I started to feel resistance. At the time, I'm up like 1,400 because I made $500 on the stock. And you know, I said this 2 days ago. When you feel the short sellers or you just feel the chop, you feel the resistance, I gotta walk away. Instead, it's like I just stuck around and I said, hey, I should probably leave. And I'm just still here fighting, 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 losing, losing, losing. I already had one of my best days in a long time. Like, what more do I need? Why am I still fighting? So I went from 1,400 to about 11, 1,200. I think right there was my cue. So I stuck around, lost like another 160 off the top, ended at 97. Actually, I'm ending 900 because I'm red 67 on the Guardian account here. If we were to come back up, red 67 right here. So, you know, it's like we could have walked away up 1,200 worst case scenario, and we overstayed a little bit. So I think there is a balance between staying and leaving, but you know, if we're really feeling the resistance, we have to leave. On the days where we're still seeing good moves or something fresh hitting the scans, then we can stay. So all in all, we did a good job trading our MMU patterns. We had some good setups: the 3-bar play, the bull flag, the opening surge, the 5-minute pullback, the break of the pre-market high, and the pull away for the opening range, right? I mean, different people might refer to the opening range as different things, but for me, I like to, you know, like the breakout over the pre-market high, like we're entering into a new range, we're opening up into a new area. And so, you know, it's a good day all in all. I hope you guys were able to get some gains, and you know, we had 5 good days. Will we see continuation? Will we see strong markets tomorrow? I'm going to be waking up for pre-market. It's going to be tough waking up early, 6 a.m. market time for me, but you know, whatever needs to be done. There's a video I want to make talking about, you know, trading my mental in relation to trading. I've spoke a little on the live stream about it, but I think it's good to be honest, to be transparent, and you know, just lay it all down there so that people who are also going through something similar can you know, we can go through this together, because it's tough, man. Like even for me who've done so well, you know, like the burnout and just the wanting to always be green, and you know, the slow periods, and just also wanting to ease off a little bit to enjoy life, right? Because I think more than anything else, we've been in a grind for so long, and at times it feels like you just want to like ease off, you know, like. But we'll talk about the importance of having a balance, and you know, life is about balance. So in that video, you guys can look forward to it. We're gonna record it here pretty soon and get it out there. But yeah, hit that thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. It's been your favorite YouTuber, RT, hanging in there. Red shirt equals green day. We're fighting. We're relentless. We're merciless. We're limitless. All the less, right? Anything with a less, we are relentless. That didn't make much sense, but hit the thumbs up. Hitting the thumbs up will make a lot of sense, and I'll catch you guys later.